Shalom, beloved. Welcome back to Code Searcher. Okay, folks, so we've come through Rosh Hashanah. We've seen a lot of comments. People have been asking my opinion. Um, and all I can say, folks, is just be watchful and wait. The next day we're going to look at to be significant, potentially be significant, is Yom Kippur. And, of course, there's some things going on in the United States at that time. Of course, the Pope will be here. Visiting with the president. So we have both parts of the beast um, in this country. Okay, what we're looking at, this is where the Holy Spirit took me past couple of days, was back to this table, which is the seventh Tetrad. You can see here, seventh Tetrad. But this particular section here, I wanted us to cover this again. For those of you looking for the rapture, guys, listen. I've said before that I'm convinced it's Rosh Hashanah. It didn't happen this time. Could I be wrong? Yes, absolutely. It could be another day, another feast. But I'm sure in my spirit that it's Rosh Hashanah. So with that being said, it's come and gone. So what do we do now? Is it another year? Yes, it's potentially another year. We maybe have to go through the Jubilee. But one thing is sure, you need to be prepared. And if you haven't been, it's almost too late. Fortunately, God's provided a safe place for me to broadcast. Folks, I'm currently off the grid at the moment in the wilderness. And just going to ride it out, see what happens, and continue to broadcast. If we do have another year, then this is what I'll be back in the saddle and potentially going on the mission trip. So hang in there, folks. We may have another year to go, and that's just the way it is. But I want to share this with you once more. There's some things here we didn't talk about before. Of course, this is the death methods from the DNA is where I want to talk. Right there. And what's really interesting is you got this bet yod, or death methods DNA in me, in me, in me, 3 times. You have the beast in here in blue. Also the Nephil, the fallen. And by the way, you got Nephil here as well with the Pope. And of course, here's where it says, indeed, Barak is home. Or indeed, the lightning is home. Days of Noah, look at this. Days of Noah in the blue, right there. It's also in the plain text. Of course, not normally here in the plain text. This is the abacus effect. But it's there with the president and actually his name, Obama, going this way, and the pink stopping here. But what's really interesting, the Vav is an abomination there. Did all these abominations. So, where that is. But this is interesting too, folks. The letters that go up here vertically is starting with the mem, and everyone sees. But that's a mem right there in Obama in the white coming down, crossing with, starting with this mem from Israel, and those 3 letters make up the word death. So you got Obama, and from Israel, sharing the mem with death, and everyone sees. Then you have Barak up at the top here with the Aleph in his name. Nefesh, or the soul, is connected to it. Also, we have Hashanah, the year of war, coming together at a 90-degree angle. Yehoshua here a couple of times, 4 times to be exact. We got 2016 and the messengers coming together. 2016 is also up here. And we also got 2015 in the holy days come together. Netanyahu and Nefesh. It's interesting how Obama and both Netanyahu both have a soul connected to them. And in those days, here, let's go back and cover some of this. We've got the beast in black and red. The beast is also in the blue here, as I said before, with the fallen. And of course, indeed, Barak is home. And the president down here in the blue. And in the orange, going off the page there, over to the far left peripheral, stopping right there. The Aleph is Obama's name, written backwards. War here. 1, 2, and I believe it's over off the other side 3 times. It's holding to that same pattern. We got Blood Moon and Israel coming together. The Vatican down here, this line. And the Pope written backwards with judgment. The Son of Man and the King of Babylon. And I'm just pointing out some of the interesting things. The Amalekites. In the plain text, we got a Safi, which is a word for rapture, is a gather up. Okay, so let's cover some of these verses, folks. And the reason I want to point this out is I think we're close to seeing the beast revealed. Particularly this red verse right here, which is in Isaiah. We'll get to momentarily, but let's get this first one done. And this may be a 2-part video, folks. Just hang in there. We are in 2 Kings 21:12. Is there? Therefore, thus saith the Lord, the God of Israel, behold, I bring such evil upon Jerusalem and Judah, that whosoever heareth it, both his ears shall tingle. And then this next verse, we're in Isaiah 14:12. And this is what's happening. For thou art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. Art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations. Right there. With Hallel, Lucifer, connected to death methods, DNA, in me, in me, in me. There's a direct connection to the fall of Satan when Satan is cast down. This next verse is also Isaiah 59:4. Don't mind the dog in the background, folks. I'm outside by candlelight doing this video. It's a very quiet and peaceful night under the stars. None calleth for justice, nor any plead for truth. They trust in vanity, and speak lies, and they conceive mischief, and bring forth iniquity. They hatch cockroaches' eggs, and weave the spider's web. Pardon that, folks. That's happened before. And he that eats their eggs dieth, and that which crusheth breaketh into a viper. That's running right through there. Pope, indeed Barak home, and the fallen. This next verse in the blue, Jeremiah. And we are 10:2 is where we are. But thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed of the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. And then Jeremiah 51, Hinei Yamim Ba'im. Behold, the days are coming when everyone sees. And here's what the verse says. We'll start with 51. 51. We are confounded, because we have heard reproach. Shame hath covered our faces. For strangers are come into our sanctuaries, the Lord's house. Wherefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will do judgment upon her graven images. Through all her land the wounded shall groan. Though Babylon's side should mount up to heaven, and though she fortify the height of her strength, yet from me shall spoilers come unto her, saith the Lord. A sound of the cry cometh out of Babylon, a great destruction from the land of Chaldeans, because the Lord has spoiled Babylon and destroyed out of her the great voice, and her waves do roar like great waters, a noise of their voice is uttered. And then we're here in Ezekiel 16:34. And all of these verses are ominous. What's coming? That's why I say be prepared, folks. Be hopeful for the rapture, but be prepared for the worst. And the country that is in thee, from the other women of thy whoredoms, whereas none followeth thee to commit whoredoms. And then thou givest a reward, no reward is given unto thee, for thou art contrary. Wherefore, harlot, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered thy whoredoms with thy lovers, and all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of the children which thou given unto them. Hearken unto the word of the Lord. That's God talking to you right there. The blood of the children. Next one we're in is Joel, 4th chapter. And let's see, let's just go to verse 1. And I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and I will plead them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. And they cast lots for my people, and given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they may drink. And yea, what have they to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coasts of Philistine? Will ye render a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return a recompense upon your own head. Because if ye have taken my silver and my gold, and carried them to your temples, my godly pleasing things. Because also the children also of Judah, the children of Jerusalem, have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of their place where ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and daughters into the hand of children of Judah, and shall sell them to the Sabines, to a people far off, for the Lord hath spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, and let the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into shores and to swords, and your pruning hooks into spears, and let the weak say, I'm strong. Assemble yourselves, and come ye all heathen, and gather yourselves together around about, that are caused thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord, and the heathen may be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit to judge all the heathen round about. And then we've got Habakkuk. This has got the Vatican in it, and we're in the 3rd chapter. And before I run out of time, let me just get through it. God came from Teman, the Holy One from Mount Hara. Selah, for the glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. And the brightness was the light, and he had horns coming out of his hand. There was a hiding of his power. Before him went pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet. And he stood and measured the earth, and beheld, and drove asunder the nations, and with an everlasting mountains were scattered. Perpetual hills did bow, and his ways are everlasting. And there you go, folks. I'm going to cut it off here and try to work on another one. So there you go. God bless you. And folks, if you haven't already, please support this ministry and keep us afloat. There's still work to be done. So Yeshua bless you, and see you in the next video.